High school football is on the air tonight from Springfield High School. It's the Start Spartans from the City League coming to Springfield to take on the Blue Devils from the Northern Lakes League. And this live game is brought to you by Dave White Chevrolet. For the number one buy with the number one guy, the place to go is Alexis and Monroe, Dave White Chevrolet. See all the great deals at DaveWhiteChevy.com. Along with Scott Tucker, Jason Griffin with you, and we're 2 for 2. Well, you're 3 for 3. I'm 2 for 2 on nice weather here for Football Friday, Scott.
Yeah, beautiful evening right here. And while we have two teams from different leagues, we have two teams that are sort of on the same journey, both with first-year coaches at the helm for Start. The visitors tonight is first-year coach James, and for the home team Springfield, first-year coach LaCharles Smith.
And it's going to be Springfield to kick it away. Start in their traveling white road jerseys with the green pants. Springfield in their red pants and the blue jerseys. And nice night for football, and we are about ready to get started. Springfield 1-1 on the season, a win last week against Rogers. Start still looking for their first win. They're 0-2. So somebody's going to get a win here tonight. Maybe it'll be another first-year coach like you have seen now, Scott, all 3 weeks.
I've had 6 different teams and 4 different first-year coaches. We had the opportunity to see Brandon Carter at Ottawa Hills win his first game, and Lance Phillips at Lake last week win his first game, and maybe you see another one get their first one here as we see the kickoff.
Start is going to let it bounce into the end zone, so they will begin at their own 20. And let's do the starting lineups. Starting lineups for tonight's game brought to you by Johnson & Associates, attorneys at law, proud sponsors of high school football on BCSN. For the Start Spartans under head coach Nate James in his first year, their quarterback is senior number 7, Billy Wirtz. We're going to see Jeremy Jones running the football, number 8. Backup is number 9, Maurice Gary. Their top wide receiver is number 2, Marvon Thompson, number 6, Edward Price, number 11, Robert Jones, and number 23, Byron Jackson. And we'll, of course, tell you more about the Start Spartans, but getting ready for our first play from scrimmage. 1st and 10 at the 20 is where the Spartans will begin for Billy Wirtz.
So they come out with twins at the top of the screen. Looks like we have another whistle here. Looks like we have an equipment infraction.
Coming over to the sideline, number 22, Brennan Mortis, the senior. He's going to have to sit out for a moment. Checking in, number 20, Eric Scott, the junior. Springfield 1-1. They lost in week 1 at Maumee, and then 27-20, and then last week a win against Rogers, the Rams, 30-20.
And they made that game interesting last week. Springfield out to a really good start, then gave up 16 points, but able to bounce back, work through the adversity, and come out with a big victory last week.
Looks like we had a player on the Spartans as well that had to go off, so we haven't even started yet, and we've had some delays. Here we go. Wirtz out of the shotgun, and 1st and 10 for the Spartans. Little fumble. Actually, I think that was a plan. They gave it on a little end around there to number 8, Jeremy Jones. Very small gain. Nice job by Springfield to snuff it out.
Yeah, they came out trying to run a little bit of a counter play right there. They were showing the ball carrier going to the left. They even pulled the guard to the left and then ran the ball back in the opposite direction.
It's actually a loss of 1 yard on 1st down, so 2nd and 11 for Start. Billy Wirtz, a senior, on the year 13 of 36 for 113 yards, a touchdown. He has thrown 3 interceptions.
So they'll come out again in their shotgun formation.
2nd and 11, 2 receivers on the far side, 1 on the near side. And we've got a flag.
Looks like we got an offensive penalty. Looks like he lined up offsides, number 11.
Flag was thrown. Football hasn't moved.
I think the issue that they're having, the officials are having with the players, is that their pants and knee pads are not coming down below their knees. You see some adjustments. You see a lot of players now trying to pull their pants down.
All right, well, let's get that fixed here early so we don't have this delay. That's number 11, Robert Jones Jr., that just had to go off. So 2nd and 11, no penalty. Just another delay. Our referee, Michael Mankey, umpire Chris Hanisco. Head linesman Scott Brubaker. The line judge is Greg Daniels, and our back judge is John Sanders.
It looks like they're waving off another player here. Clock stopped again, and timeout from start.
All right, we'll take a timeout as well as they get that figured out. We have had one play from scrimmage, second 11, 10:56 to go first quarter. And this is high school football on BCSN. All right, we're back out of the start timeout, second and 11, opening drive of tonight's football game. Wirtz out of the shotgun. Little fumble snap, nice job to recover. Throws it out in the flat, overthrown. His intended target was Jeremy Jones, but some pressure put on by the Blue Devils.
Yeah, difficult right there. Looked like the snap came a little bit early, caught the back heel, the man in motion, and Wirtz does a nice job staying on the ball, controlling it, and attempting the pass, and unfortunately nothing to really develop there.
Third and 11 now for the Spartans' initial drive of tonight's game. They're 1-5 in their last 6 road games are the Spartans, but I'll tell you what, Springfield has not had a lot of success in home games. We'll tell you more about that when they have the ball. Third and 11.
See, they got the field spread.
We've got another flag.
Tough start here for Spartan. I think we're going to have an offensive legal procedure. You know, it's one thing we talked about in the opening there, how both these teams are different leagues but on the same journey, meaning that both these programs have new coaching staffs come in. It's completely rebuild terminology, playbook, type of offense, type of defense. And so there's a lot of learning going on. And, of course, these little hiccups like they're having now with the equipment, uniforms, offsides, that really is just one more obstacle for the team to overcome.
So now a 3rd and 16 staring the Spartans in the face here. Wirtz looking to throw, and he missed his target. He had his man. I don't think that was going to work out for a first down. He was looking for Byron Jackson, but the throw was off the target, and it's 4th down in a punting situation.
Yeah, and I like the idea of moving the pocket right there. It's 3rd and long. Good idea, get Wirtz outside, just not able to connect. But to your point, even if they make that completion right there, as long as Springfield can make the tackle, unlikely they're going to achieve the first down.
Back to punt it away, Jeremy Jones, the junior, and back to receive at midfield is junior Cameron Tall.
Be excellent field position here for Springfield. This is just a case where you want to just make sure you secure the ball, get it back into the hands of your offense.
Good snap, and Jones gets off a line drive, and it doesn't go very far. It's going to get a friendly roll, but it's still going to be fantastic field position. Springfield's going to start at the 36-yard line of start. So we talk about Springfield and their woes at home. They went 0-5 at home last year, 2 years ago, or no, last year, 0-5 at home last year. They're 2-12 in their last 14 home games.
Right, they desperately need a win here tonight. You know, you look at kind of their schedule. You know, starting after next week, you start in a crossover game with Bowling Green, and as you know, the NLL is divided up into 2 divisions. Springfield's in the Buckeye division, which they're in with the big boys. They're in with the big schools, and they got a back-end loaded schedule with Anthony Wayne, Perrysburg, and Whitmer all the last 3 games. So they got to get these wins when they can get them here at home.
The southpaw Will Scott delivers a strike. We've got a fumble. Going the other way is Sturt. Holy cow, Jonah Tall. And they're going to call it back. They're going to say it's down.
I'm going to tell you what, Josiah Jacobs just blew him up. What a great stick right there. Official has him down on the ground.
At the 19, it's going to be a gain of 8 on the play and nullify what could have been a fumble pickup for 6.
Yeah, Josiah Jacobs in there came in with he brought a load with him on that tackle right there. Jonah Tall was able to scoop up the ball, but the official had him down.
So a nice gain of 8, 2nd and 2, 9:50 to go, opening quarter.
Wow, what a change that would have been.
Oh. Passing again on 2nd down, and a nice tackle there. Getting the stop is Robert Jones Jr. on a very short completion, actually maybe a loss.
Yeah, completion to Cam Tall out there. Interesting, with the running prowess of Eli Beal, Springfield coming out here throwing the ball twice. Maybe kind of sending a subtle message to start, maybe spread the field a little bit in this first series, only to come back with Eli.
So now 3rd and 4 for the senior Will Scott. Now they pitch it to Beal. But Start doing a great job to close that gap. His first one to hit him was Elijah Bailey.
Yeah, Elijah Bailey out of his outside linebacker position did a great job on that read. It was definitely playing downhill right there. Beat the blocker, was in on the tackle immediately.
Loss of 1 and now a decision. 4th and 5 at the 22-yard line. This would be the very long fringe of field goal range, so it looks like they'll go.
Yeah, and this, you know what I like here? I would like to see a screen or some kind of draw right here. Start's going to be coming hard. They got great pressure on that last play across the line of scrimmage. Maybe use that against them.
We've got Beal lined up in the slot.
Empty set.
And now a timeout. Springfield wants to talk it over. LaCharles Smith says, let's call a timeout. This is a big play early in the game, 4th and 5. And Scott, it's one of those things, if you're LaCharles Smith, you say, hey, I got, unbelievable field position, 27-yard line. We better come away with some points.
Yeah, early on at home, your defense came out, made a great defensive stand. You have the ball on the positive side of the field. You're going in. You want to make something positive happen right here. It looks like they came out of the huddle, and they may have been in the wrong formation as they were in an empty set. And I think that may not have been what they wanted to. Co-offensive coordinators this year for Springfield, Kent Smith and Michael J. Lucas. 2 Michael Lucases on the staff, Michael J. and Michael M., but no relation. So start with those odds right there. But right now, dialed up both co-offensive coaches here for Springfield. Let's see what they got. They're going to stick with the empty set. They got trips down here at the bottom. 2 receivers up at the top.
So 4th and 5.
And if I'm starting I'm screaming quarterback draw with Will Scott right here.
Sends Beal in motion, and they give him a little pitch to Beal, and he's got some room. Beal inside the 20, tackled to the 15. That'll be a gain of 7 and a first down.
Yeah, nice job right there. They stuck with the empty set. They had Beal in the slot right there, and obviously they used his athleticism and his skill.
Let's do our keys to the game, presented by Ace Appliance. Yes, Ace now sells major appliances at aceapplianceshop.com. Keys for Springfield, Scott.
Oh, run the ball. We just saw an example right there with Beal right there. They want to establish him running the ball. That'll allow them to take a couple deep shots downfield, which is something I know Coach Smith wanted to work on. And lastly, secure the ball. They had some issues with dropping the ball this week.
Here's Beal from the 15, down inside the 10. He's in. Run the football, Scott Tucker says, and Eli Beal says, don't mind if I do.
No problem. Building on his touchdown totals on the year. I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of that young man as the night goes on.
So a 15-yard run for Eli Beal gives Springfield the 6-0 lead. And Logan Goodrick will try to tack on the extra point.
That's the start that Springfield needed right there. You're at home. You're a team that's building confidence. Get that first offensive possession, put the ball in the end zone, overcoming the 4th and 5.
The extra point is up, and it is no good. He pushed it right. So 6-0 Springfield. We will be back. 7:52 to go, first quarter. High school football on BCSN. And we're back, and on the kickoff return, Start is going to go all the way. No flags. Marvin Thompson.
Marvin Thompson all the way down.
Holy cow.
Looks like about a 95-yard return.
I'm still looking for flags.
Yeah, there's a flag down, but it looks like it's going to be after the play, maybe some celebration penalty.
Yeah, that looks like it was after the play ended.
That seam just opened right up, and Coach James talked about one of the bright spots, one of the kids that they really liked that was really explosive player was Marvin Thompson, and that's going to be one of the keys to the game is get the ball into that young man's hands offensively. You see that we do have the good score on the return, and it looks like we're going to have a dead ball, unsportsmanlike penalty coming one way or the other here. And it will be against Start.
So Marvon Thompson returns it 90 yards plus. The sophomore turns on the afterburners and ties this game. Jeremy Jones is the kicker, but Start told us they will go for 2 pretty much every time. So, wow, what an answer.
What a huge answer for your Start Spartans. And again, that's a player that the coaching staff has been really, really excited about. And he comes out of the box right here, his first touch, and you see why they're excited about him.
So Marvon Thompson, who has 5 catches on the year for 59 yards, just made his presence felt on a kickoff return for a touchdown. 7:37 to go first quarter. And this 2-point conversion will be from the 18-yard line.
Yeah, difficult conversion right here, but let's see what they dial up. I look for number 2 again.
Although he's got to be tired. Give him a minute. Billy Wirtz is looking into the corner and, just missing his receiver. And it's going to be a 6-6 game. What an answer by the Start Spartans. 6-6 our score with still 7:37 to go in this first quarter. All right, let's finish up your thought there. Keys to the game for Start.
Well, the keys for Start, defensively, they're going to have to stop number 5, Eli Beal. Expect to see 6 men, 8 men in the box. They got to do everything they can to take the ball out of Beal's hands. You saw how electric he can be. They're going to have to tackle in space so they don't give up that big play, because you see how shifty he is, and force somebody else to beat him. But the big key for them is they're going to have to be consistent on offense. And we saw from their first series right there, they got some hiccups still as they're learning the new offense with Coach James. Be consistent on offense, generate some series, keep Springfield's offense off the field.
And it's also nice to get a 90-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. That always helps.
Yep, the third phase of the game. Win the third phase of the game.
So we started off kind of sluggish, but the last few minutes have been pretty exciting.
It feels, like you said, it's only 7:37 into the first quarter here, but it feels like we've been here for a bit.
Here comes the kick.
Yeah, Springfield's turn to answer. I like these. Let's go back and forth. Those are enjoyable games for me. As you see a little pooch kick.
Line drive is picked up by Will Smith, and he goes the other way. Smith up to midfield before he's tackled. So he doesn't get the explosive return, but it's still a pretty darn good one, and Springfield's going to start at about midfield.
Yeah, and right now we're seeing the stars of the game shine right away. We talked about how Start was really keen on Marvin Thomas. Well, I got news for you. Coach Smith really keen on Will Smith. What a great leader he has been. They kind of go by a phrase here, own the standard. They're going to raise the level of how they play, raise the level of how they're going to behave, how they react to things. And Coach Smith says nobody exemplifies that more than Will Smith. Will Scott.
So 49-yard line is where they will begin this drive. Scott hands the ball off to Beal, straight ahead running, picks up about 5 on first down.
Yeah, just straight ahead. Give the ball to Beal. You'll see kind of a multiple set out of Springfield. Scott back in the shotgun position. Beal just to his right.
A little bit of a high snap, handed off to Beal. Sidesteps one tackler, down the sidelines. He'll have a first down. It's a gain of 7 or 8, and it's a first down for Springfield. Move the chains.
All right, Beal, the 5'9", 170 sophomore. So
yeah, that's scary.
It's a name we're going to be come accustomed to here.
But Charles Smith in his first year, he's got a pretty good running back there. Beal, 340 yards in the first 2 weeks, an average of over 8 per carry, 4 touchdowns, adds another here in the first.
Charles Smith was a pretty good running back in his own day.
1st and 10 now at the 37-yard line. Give it to him again. Beal to the outside to the 35, tripped up nicely. Great tackle there by Josiah Jacobs, the senior.
Right, and that was one of the keys right there. They had to tackle in space right there, and Josiah Jacobs certainly did that right there. As you see, there's a Springfield player down.
So an injured player will step aside for a timeout as well. We'll come back, 6:35 to go first quarter, right at 6 on BCSN. All right, back at Springfield High School, Jason Griffin, Scott Tucker with you. The center, senior Jaden Welch, was the injured player. So he is out for the time being, and it is 2nd and 5 here for the Blue Devils. We're tied at 6.
See another senior, Aiden Smith, will take over the duties as center. A critical position on the offense. Nice snap right there.
And they hand it off to Beal. Breaks a tackle. He is going to be dragged down to 30. It's a 3-yard gain. It'll bring up 3rd and 2.
Yeah, one of the things I like is Start is playing physical. Their safeties are coming up, and they're laying some lumber on some people when they do get there.
One thing that Coach James was mentioning is that they kind of run out of gas in the second half because they're a little bit thin.
And a lot of young players playing for Start. And, a lot of people say a big adjustment between week 1 and 2, and I always kind of felt like between 2 and 3 is really where you kind of see the identity of your team. Nice ball right there.
And it's going to be complete for a first down as they find number 22, Brennan Mortis.
Nice ball right there from Will Scott.
So Mortis with a nice pickup of about 7.
And this is a little bit more of the balance that Coach Smith was hoping for. He understood that Start would be preparing to stop Beal, would have several guys in the box, so they like to mix things up.
1st and 10, approaching the red zone. They're at the 22-yard line. Hand off to Beal, right up the middle, and he's into the red zone past the 15. It's going to be 2nd down and short.
Yeah, so we've seen Springfield offense. Off tackle, and then you throw a pass out in the flats. Now you come back up the middle, kind of keeping that Start defense back on their heels.
2nd down and 1. Grant Lynn is out there far on the wide side of the field. They've got 2 receivers to the left, 1 on the near side. That's Nate Pope down on our side. They fake the handoff, and the quarterback keep, and Start was able to stop that one.
Yeah, looked like a good job by LaTroy Davis getting in there. And then EJ Schools kind of finishing it up.
So a loss of 1 on the play, 3rd and 2, 4:19 to play opening quarter. Springfield's 2nd drive of the game. First one resulted in a touchdown. This one started at their own 49.
Yeah, nice methodical drive here.
3rd and 2, they hand it off to Beal. He'll go right up the middle. Beal is going to have the first down. It's going to be 1st and goal at the 5 and a gain of 9.
Yeah, that's a nice looking play. Look for that same play, only Will Scott keeping that ball and either following Beal through the hole or maybe bouncing that outside.
Ball is placed at the 6. Beal to the left hip. He gets it again. Puts his shoulder down, still going, still driving. And is he in? He is. Touchdown for Springfield.
Beal, 2nd one on the night. Good look at that young man right there. Looks like they're staying in, going for 2.
So 12-6, Beal with 61 yards and 2 touchdowns so far in the first quarter. So a 51-yard drive, a lot of Eli Beal once again.
Yeah, and the answer that Springfield had to do at home. They gave up the big kickoff return, come back, get the ball back in your offense, and drive methodically right down the field for a touchdown.
2-point conversion. Handoff to Beal, and they stop him on the initial stop, And a nice job there by Start. That was Mier Moore with the second stop right at the goal line. So 12-6 our score. Springfield leads it. We'll break, come back. High school football on BCSN. All right, back at Springfield, and Marvon Thompson picks this one up and returns it just a couple of yards. So Start's going to start this drive at about their own 15-yard line. This will be their third drive of the game, but the second drive doesn't really count because it wasn't a drive. It was a kickoff return for a touchdown.
It was a touch and score. Springfield, much better job, obviously, in the kickoff here. Four Springfield Blue Devils in on that tackle. And the kick itself kind of kicked it in that coffin corner, nobody there, so it took Thompson a little bit of time to get over, gather the ball, and by then you had a good wall of Springfield kick coverage team down there.
Billy Wirtz back out there. He's 0 for 2 through the air in the first drive of the game. Hands the ball off. Nice hole up the middle. And a nice run. Holy cow, up to midfield. And they are still going. Jeremy Jones, are you kidding me? How about the Spartans with the big play capability? An 85-yard touchdown. Is there a flag down?
There is a flag back on the 42. It looks like we're going to come back, but Jeremy Jones Jr., the first one on the touch right there through the hole, does a great job. He avoided the middle linebacker, broke the tackle to second level, gathered his feet, and accelerated as he got into the end zone. We see the official picking up the flag. We'll see what the discussion is right here.
And they're lining up to go for 2. Maybe that was an inadvertent drop of the flag. It's a touchdown, 85 yards. Jeremy Jones. Now the 2-point conversion. The throw, it is caught in the end zone for a 2-point conversion. And Start, how do you like that? Number 2, Marvon Thompson with the grab.
It's a stunned crowd here, right? It's a big crowd here at Springfield. Suddenly, they're pretty stunned.
Wow.
You know, you're in a game right here where on paper, Springfield is completely dominating this game, yet trail the score.
Jeremy Jones with an 85-yard touchdown run. Marvon Thompson with a 90-yard kickoff return.
And the most impressive thing about Jones's touchdown run right there is that he breaks the initial tackle against the linebacker, stumbles, recollects himself, avoids the free safety, splits the defenders, and is able to recollect his balance and his speed and get himself 80 yards down the field into the end zone.
This has been a heck of a quarter.
We're exchanging big heavyweight blows here. This is like a tennis match going on here in the spirit of the U.S. Open. Another opportunity for Springfield to match here as they set themselves up for kick return.
So start with the lead, 14-12. Still 3 and change left in the first quarter. And Jones set to kick it away. Little line drive boot. Lands at the 32, picked up at the 30. And this is Will Smith trying to find the corner. Fumble. Is the ball down? It was close, and they say it was down. I think that was the right call.
Yeah, they definitely looked like the ground caused that run right there. Will Smith did find some daylight right there. He just had one guy to beat. If he could beat that guy, he was off to the races himself.
So this drive will start at the 39. This is their worst field position so far out of the 3 drives. The first 2 resulted in touchdowns, both by Eli Beal. So it's been the Eli Beal show on one side and the big play capability of Start on the other side. Scott hands the ball off to Beal, and he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage, as getting him was number 53, Ramon Burks.
Ramon Burks coming from his defensive end position right there, running the play down from behind, showing some good speed there by that young man. You can see just their body language, even on the sideline. The defensive players right here, they're a little giddy up going now. They're into this game. Big play excitement's bleeding over here to the defense.
Beal, 11 carries, 60 yards here in the early going of this game. We're still in the first quarter. A little shovel pass, complete. Not much there. They go to Logan Goodrick, and that'll be a gain of maybe 4.
Just another one of those different folds in the offense of Springfield. Pretty well defended there by the Spartans.
Will Scott now 4 of 4 through the air. That does count as a catch, and a pass and a catch. 3rd and 6 here, under 2 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, that little inside shuttle pass just acts like a counter run play.
Ball is placed at the 43-yard line. Scott back to pass on 3rd down. Some pressure put on. Start is coming. Scott gets out of it. Scott's going to run for it. Right at the 1st down marker, he is tackled. It's going to be close. It depends on the spot on 3rd and 6.
I think it looks to me from up here, looks like he's going to get it. But you're right, it's right at the spot. We'll see where the official puts the ball down. I think it's a nice job of him knowing where he's at on the field.
That run good for a 1st down.
Well, the PA announcer said 1st down. The chain gang says 4th.
We have not seen it yet. There we go. Now we're going.
All right. Maybe the PA announcer has some leverage. He just says 1st down.
Right.
They give it to him.
If the rest of life could work like that.
1st and 10 at the 49.
Ball's
Fumble!
Ball's
And Start has it!
Start ball.
A fumble picked up by Burks.
Burks, a couple big plays here tonight. He had a tackle for loss. Now he comes up with a fumble. One of the concerns that Springfield has was the ball being down on the ground right there. Perfect example. Real opportunity for Start's offense right now.
And that is the 4th fumble of the year in week 3 for Eli Beal. So yes, he's an explosive runner, but you got to hold on to the football. Great job by Start to pick it up. Burks is there, and they've got it in Springfield field position at 48-yard line.
Right, and that's just a good example of Burks getting some good penetration, getting to the other side of the line of scrimmage and being in that position to recover that football. Let's see if this carries over to the Spartans' offense. They've been a little sluggish, inconsistent this year. Really working on consistency coming into week 3.
Billy Wirtz with a 14-12 lead. 62 seconds to go, opening quarter. Back to pass here. Now he's going to run it. He's got a hole. Wirtz up to the 40-yard line, and he is pushed out of bounds, and that could be a flag. It looked like maybe a late hit. I don't see one. Now I do. It's a gain of about 9.
It'll be interesting if the flag's going to be on the play or if it's going to be after the play. We'll see how it's, another play, there's 2 flags out now, so you get that commotion going on the sidelines. That's where everybody's got to maintain their emotions. We'll see how, and there's a 3rd, a flag came just late now back in the.
And a 4th. They're going to run out. In a situation like this, Scott, it's just going to be offsetting.
Yeah, it's going to be offsetting, or it's going to be a lot against one team. And Start has the momentum right here, so the last thing you want to do is not make smart plays and turn this momentum back over to Springfield.
That's Nate James right there in the baseball cap with a headset. You see him there, the head coach for the Spartans.
And again, that's where you got to keep your emotion. Obviously, there may have been a late hit on the initial play, on the live ball play, and then the crowd kind of gathers in one team's bench, and the other players gather around, and it's easy to lose your emotions. But that's where these young players have to have that self-discipline and control themselves. The focus of this game is obviously for your team to win and put your team in good positions. We'll see how it goes.
Still no. Here's the call.
One personal foul against Springfield.
So there's your offset.
And then we got another dead ball.
That's
so
3. And then somebody was thrown out. Yeah. And there's another flag. There's another flag, and that one I think somebody on Springfield's team just said something to the...
Well, that's interesting because Coach Smith was just coming out to talk to his team. You can see him trying to stand there telling the official he was just walking out.
Well, I want to know who was thrown out. That's the most important part of this whole thing. Because if it's, God forbid, the quarterback...
So it looks like we're going to have, according to my math up here, it looks like we're going to have one extra unsportsmanlike against start with a player ejection.
So now Charles Smith is getting the rundown, and it's definitely going to go backwards for start. But again, I'm trying to figure out who was thrown out of the game.
And that may not be a starter. That could have been somebody on the sideline. The sounds of the start coaching staff up here in the booth, it may have been a pivotal player that has been ejected.
So the ball is at the 49-yard line. It is first down. We'll try to figure it out here. Maybe at the end of the quarter we can ask the coaches if they don't throw something at us.
I love it. The players are lined up. They're ready to play. They're ready to play. They want to put this all behind themselves and get the game going.
Our referee, Michael Mankey. So quite a delay here.
A whole lot going on today, Griff. We've seen a lot. We've seen fumbles. We've seen kick returns. We've seen running touchdowns. We've seen emotions. We've seen explanations.
Seen a lot of flags. And they're still talking with Coach James.
And Coach James, rightly so, wants an explanation.
I see the quarterback is still out there, trying to figure out who may have been thrown out of the game. Jeremy Jones is out there. He had that big run for 85 yards. Wirtz is out there. Do you see Marvon Thompson, number 2?
Do not see him on the field.
One of the start coaches just walked away shaking his head in disbelief.
Yeah, Murphy's on the sideline.
So 14-12 is our score. Start with a lead. 2 huge plays, a 90-yard kickoff return, an 85-yard Jeremy Jones touchdown. And Nate James does not seem to be happy with the explanation. And we're playing football once again.
Yeah,
here we go.
There's 22 kids on the field that just want to play.
Fake the handoff. Wirtz is going to take it himself. He is tackled there. Nice tackle by Greg Ptaszynski.
Yeah, Ptaszynski coming in.
No gain.
It looks like you had Britt Bird on that play as well.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
A nice counter call right there, but we talked about how Start had the momentum, and that little kerfuffle over there on the sidelines may have turned this momentum back over to Springfield.
23 seconds left in the first quarter. I see number 2 out there, so it's not Marvon Thompson.
Yeah,
that's good news for Start.
Right. The complete speculation at this point.
2nd and 10. Wirtz to throw. It is complete to Thompson. He goes down. No yards after the catch. It's a gain of 5. 3rd down, and that's the quarter. We'll take a break, come back for the second quarter. Let's see if it goes a little bit more smoothly here on BCSN. All right, back at Springfield High School, the NLL versus the City League, and so far it's the City League with the lead.
Big play, start Spartans.
3rd and 5. Handoff, nothing. Good job by Springfield. It's going to bring up 4th and 5.
Yeah, since the flag, Springfield, you can kind of feel the momentum has changed.
4th down and 5. They're at the 46-yard line. It's been kind of risky to go for it here. But it looks like they're going to. I mean, they're lining up like they're going to go for it.
Again, look for the draws and screens right here.
They need 5. They need to get past the 42-yard line.
We'll see if Springfield dials up a blitz.
Flag.
Like a delay of game call, usually from that back judge.
Well, now they can't go for it now, right? 4th and 10.
Conventional wisdom is inside your own 50 early in a game that you have the lead.
You also could have a pooch kick, you never know.
That's
4th and 10. They're lining up to go.
We'll see if Springfield brings a linebacker or two. Yep, middle linebacker's coming.
Wirtz rolling out, throws it back against his body, and he's got Marvon Thompson. He needed 10, he got about 15, and a 1st down for start.
Yeah, huge play right there, huge play. Gonna get that ball in your athlete's hands. Good job. I really like the idea of the move in the pocket. You had Springfield bringing a linebacker up in the A-gap blitz. Good job of quarterback. Billy Wirtz getting outside of that and threw a strike to Thompson.
Huge play, gutsy call by Coach James on 4th and 10. 1st and 10 now at the 36. Fake the handoff. Wirtz takes it himself. A short gain, picks up a couple.
Yeah, nice engaged block right there. I didn't get a number by Start Spartan, but he drove that end player about 10 yards downfield.
Offensive line for the Spartans, Peyton Edwards, the left tackle, Aiden Milhone, the left guard, J.D. Garcia, the center, Ramon Burks, good two-way player, the right guard, and Guy Ward, the right tackle. 6'5", 340, there he is, 74, that's a big boy.
It's a big fella.
2nd and 9. Hand the ball off to Jeremy Jones. Nice patient running, not much there, but he finds a hole to get about 5.
And another part of this storyline that we haven't touched on yet is Coach Smith, his first year here at Springfield. Where did he coach at last year? He was at Start Spartan defensive coordinator, so real familiar with these players. I know it's a game that has a meaning to him because he does care about the Spartans players, but it's a game he wants to win nonetheless.
And he said this game was scheduled before he came over. It's kind of a coincidence that he's playing his old team. 3rd and 3.
A little extra motivation for the Spartans.
Wow, there was some movement there. They got away with that. Here's Marvon Thompson for a 1st down, but the Springfield coaches, and they were right, there was movement on the left side of the line. It was not called, so Thompson gets a 1st down carry.
Yeah, there was definitely an early movement right there.
So Thompson picks up about 5 yards, and it's a 1st down.
And the Spartan offensive coaches, they like something on that left side of their offensive line.
Approaching 9 minutes left here in the 1st half.
They got trips here to the right. They got that tight end up to the left top of your screen.
And Wirtz will keep it. Bursts through the hole. A tackle made by number 52, Tim Crowley, but Wirtz picks up about 4.
Yeah, the Spartans line's doing a very good job in those initial blocks, create that hole. And as those players kind of develop, those offensive linemen develop, they'll make those initial blocks at the line of scrimmage and then slip off and get their hats on a linebacker. You know, right now they're doing a great job of the initial blocks, let the running back get through.
2nd and 6. 3 receivers to the near side for the Spartans. Works, hands it off. And this is Maurice Gary. First time we've called his name tonight, and he is just short of the first down. It's going to be 3rd and 1.
Yeah, and they like running to that tight end.
Gary, a senior, 5'8", 155 pounds. 15 carries on the year, 58 yards, and that was his first carry tonight. 3rd and 2.
You know, we kind of thought we'd see Springfield kind of develop some drives like that, but here we are, working their way down the field. You got they moved away from the tight end.
Springfield showing blitz. Fumble!
Pick it up, pick it
in
up,
Springfield.
pick it up, pick it up.
Do they have it? They do!
Just
Picked
like
up
that.
by number 26, Greg Ptaszynski, and the turnover for the Spartans ends the drive.
Yeah, that's a double-edged sword right there. You know, usually you yell at the guy, fall on it, but might have missed an opportunity of a scoop and score right there. So what a huge defensive play right there. Both fumbles we've seen today have come on the exchange. Just haven't been too clean of exchanges right there. Both teams able to capitalize on the other's error.
So the fumble, each team has now lost a fumble in this game. Springfield has it at their own 25-yard line to begin this drive.
We'll see if Springfield can pick up where they left off. They've had some good offensive series, hindered by the last one that we talked about due to the fumble. Offense hasn't been on the field in quite some time. We had the delay there while we sorted out the sideline scuffle.
So here we go. Will Scott has his team out there for the 4th time in this 4th drive. Handoff to Beal. There comes a flag. Short gain of 2. Let's see about the penalty marker.
That's usually where we see the holding.
And it is going to go against the Blue Devils. So that will push them back. Blue Devils won last week against Rogers, scoring 30 points. They lost in week 1 against Maumee. Their next 3 games, they go to BG next week, home against Napoleon, then at Findlay. Then it really starts to get fun.
Yeah, finish up with Northview, Anthony Wayne, Perrysburg, and Whitmer. Whitmer picked to win the NLL Buckeye Division. Struggling a little bit early on here, but Perrysburg, boy, 2-0 right now, and they really look like one of the teams to beat.
Handoff to Beal, not much there. Another flag comes in, and we've got some pushing and shoving. Another flag comes in.
Yeah, you get the rain on people right here. You see Coach Smith going to run somebody else in there.
So we have had a lot of penalties in this game. 7:05 to go, 2nd quarter. There might be some high school games that are at the half already.
Yeah, it looks like 71 going back in.
It's good to see Jaden Welch. He was injured earlier. He's back in there. Well, now he just came to the sideline, but good to see him playing after an injury in the first.
Right, he's another one, just let the emotions get the better of him. You know, these kind of games do kind of garner frustrations in players, and that's really when you have to be most disciplined. And discipline doesn't matter when things are going well. The only time discipline matters is when things are not going well. That's really when you have to emphasize some self-discipline. And
I've been watching Jaden Welch on the sideline since he came off. First, LaCharles Smith came over and talked to him for about 30 seconds. Then a couple of teammates came over and patted him on the back. So good to see.
Right.
It's a learning moment. Even as a senior, you don't know everything. You can still...
Frustrated. He got injured earlier in the game, and a little frustration carried over. Game's been a little bit chippy, but the officials are doing a good job throwing the flags, getting kids to calm themselves.
2nd and long. Scott rolling out, looking for somebody, now just tucks and picks up a couple of yards there on 2nd down. And another flag. And that was after the play.
Yeah,
it's almost like every play we're getting a flag.
Yeah, let's see what this one's about. Almost like it was helmet-to-helmet contact on the tackle. So we'll kind of see if this was something after the play, if it's one of those ones. Sometimes flags come out late because the official is processing what they saw and then throw it, and sometimes it's because they can't find their flag, but we'll find out what the call is right here, as they are walking this off against Start.
Yeah, that's 15 yards. It's personal foul,
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, it looked like the lead with his head.
So it was 2nd and very long, and now they're all the way up to the 34-yard line. And it's a 1st down. That's an automatic 1st down. So 1st and 10 for Springfield. That was costly. The Start was looking like they were going to get off the field, the defense.
Yeah, really, Start has really shot themselves in the foot a lot today. They've killed their momentum a couple times. You see the tackle pulling around here. You see Beal.
Beal picks up some nice yardage. He is tackled by number 56, McKeel Brown, it looks like.
Yeah, McKeel Brown does a nice job of coming off the blocker, but it's still a gain of 6 for Beal. They'll take that 1st down, gains of 6.
14 carries for 67 yards for Beal. He is getting a workload here in the 1st half. 6:14 to go.
On pace for his 3rd straight 100-yard rushing game.
Scott has time. Flips it out. Oh, boy, that could have been a pick 6 as Josiah Jacobs had nothing in front of him.
Yeah, that's a long throw. He's throwing that from the far hash all the way over to the numbers on the opposite side of the field. Defensive backs can react. That ball's got to get there right away.
First incomplete pass for Will Scott, 4 of 5 through the air. It's going to be 3rd and 4. Beal in the backfield, 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side.
Start walking everybody up to the line of scrimmage. Here they come.
Pitch it over to Beal. Beal, patient, trying to find a hole. Doesn't find much. He's going to be short of the 1st down. It'll be 4th down and about 3.
Yeah, Start brought everybody up. Everybody got in a gap. They brought everybody up to the line of scrimmage right there and just used the numbers to smother that play.
Braden Lugabill coming into the ball game now. Brennan Mortis comes off. It appears as though they're going for it here on 4th down and short, but it's 4th and 3.
Now, if you start, you're telling them to watch the ball. Watch the ball. Look for a hard cut right here. See if they can draw Start off sides. That 5 yards would give you the 1st down.
Hand off to Beal. He's not going to get it.
Not going to get
Start stops him at the line of scrimmage. They will take over on downs.
Yeah, with 2 timeouts left, I might go up there and try to bluff them. Give some couple of hard counts, see if I can get Start to jump off sides. But they went up the quick snap, but credit to Start. Nice job right there, smothering the play, turning the ball back over to their offense.
I have been impressed by the Start Spartans defensively. They've done a nice job.
Yeah, they've settled in. They had that difficult start. Then the 90-plus yard kick return by Marvin Thompson kind of started shifting the momentum. Then the fumble recovery for Start and the touchdown. Able to kind of establish themselves here tonight at Springfield.
Good field position here for the Spartans at the 42-yard line of Springfield. Out of the shotgun, Wirtz looked like a broken play, but he's going to turn it into something. Wirtz, a 1st down carry all the way up to the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 17.
Hey, when in doubt, turn and run straight ahead. And that's exactly what Wirtz did right there, turning into a 17-yard gain. Another first down. Spartans marching in with 5:08 left here in the half.
That is the longest run of the season for Billy Wirtz. His previous long 12, that was good for 17. Ball placed at the 25-yard line. Time isn't a factor. There's plenty of time. 4:49, and they have 2 timeouts.
Marvin Thompson in the slot at the top of your screen. See him getting settled in.
Wirtz fakes the handoff, and you know who wasn't confused was Greg Ptaszynski. He just wrapped up Billy Wirtz.
Yeah, great job right there. Coming from his weak side linebacker position, he plays the will backer for Springfield.
2nd and long, 2nd and 11.
And again, these are 2 different schemes for both teams. They came in, both squads have brand new coaching staffs with different philosophies. So each of these teams are learning completely new schemes, and that takes a little bit of time.
Under 4 minutes to play in the first half. Wirtz rolling out, throws high. He was looking for number 23, Byron Jackson, but it kind of airmailed him. It's 3rd and 11.
Yeah, and again, they do a good job of moving the pocket. That particular time right there, Springfield just had their defensive end and their linebacker on what's a little loop. Defensive end slants inside to the B gap. Linebacker comes out to the C gap and tries to have that outside contained.
3rd and 11.
And I wouldn't be surprised if you see Wirtz on the roll here again.
They're in 2-play territory here. They're not going to go for a field goal, and they're not going to punt it. So you got 2 plays. 3rd and 11. Throw across the middle, and it's picked off. There is a flag down. It is picked off by Brennan Mortis. He's coming the other way, pushed out of bounds at the 35, and let's see about the flag.
Right, we're going to see there's 2 flags down. We're going to have a pass interference on the first one, and then we're going to have 2 flags. There's a 3rd flag that just came out, 4th flag that just came out. The last 3 will be on 55, all for unsportsmanlike.
Wow.
So just a case again, kids got to get their emotions under control. So it looked like the pass interference on the live play and unsportsmanlike or on the live play. You see the officials discussing it right now.
And they have really earned their money tonight.
Right, and you saw 55 kind of peeled back and went after a player that was on the ground, and flag came out, and then he did not agree with that flag, so a couple more came out after that.
So 3.5 remaining here in the opening half, 14-12. All the scoring occurred in the first quarter, and here are the penalties.
And there's pass interference as we predicted. Decline the personal foul, and the dead ball unsportsmanlike Springfield, and dead ball unsportsmanlike Springfield. And I believe that player has been ejected from the game.
So each team has now had a player thrown out. It's going to be first down for the Start Spartans. So this drive continues with 3:35, trying to increase their lead, which is currently 14-12. Charles Smith, there's the head coach for the Springfield Blue Devils. I mean, he certainly can't be happy. I mean, both teams have had issues.
Absolutely. Unnecessary issues.
Yep. So the ball's going to be placed down inside the 10-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for the Start Spartans, who are trying to win on the road where they have not done well. 1-5 in their last 6.
if you can't see the complete picture of the game right now, you know, the officials are doing the right thing. You know, from what I've seen up here, those flags have come out for legitimate reasons. You know, sometimes they think officials are, you know, kind of a hair trigger or, you know, overreact to things, and I don't think that's the case tonight.
So here we go. First and goal. Ball is at the 3-yard line. Billy Wirtz under center, which we haven't seen much tonight, if at all.
Yeah, double tight, full backfield.
Hand the ball off to Jones, and he is close. He is down, it looks like. And now are they calling it a touchdown?
Now it looks like they got him down just inside the 1.
Saw one official kind of have his arms up. I thought he was saying a touchdown. So second and goal.
Good opportunity here for start. The one thing, they may score so early, they may leave enough time on the clock for Springfield to come down to match the score.
Wirtz under center. Let's see if he just takes it himself. He will, and he is in for the touchdown. Billy Wirtz from 1 yard out, and Start now leads it 20-12.
So that's...
Now what do we have? He did score, didn't he?
Looks like one official from the far side said he indicated a touchdown now. They were just discussing it.
So a touchdown for Wirtz.
And another impressive drive, albeit aided by penalty, but physical drive for Start.
So that was a 42-yard drive, culminating in the Wirtz 1 yard run. Now the handoff for the 2-point conversion, and that is good. So it's 22-12. Start with a 10-point lead. 2:56 to go, and we will take a break. Come back for the Springfield answer. See if they have one on BCSN. All right, 22-12 our score. The City League, the Start Spartans have the 10-point lead over the NLL Buckeye Division Springfield Blue Devils. Squib kick picked up by Cameron Tall, and he'll return it to the 37-yard line. That's where Springfield will begin. Some more pushing and shoving after the play. And there's 2:52 to go in the half, so there's time.
There's time. Springfield has 2 timeouts. And there's another flag and a helmet coming off a player.
Braden Lugabill, number 15, has to be restrained. So this is, this is becoming an issue here.
Absolutely. You have to have, it's not always easy. Frustrations do happen, but sometimes enough is enough. And if somebody can't keep it together, then they can't be on the sideline.
And that's going to go against Springfield.
And more importantly, you're in a ball game here. You're down 10. You're at home. You got nearly 3 minutes left. 2 timeouts. You're trying to score points. The whole reason you play this sport, the whole reason you practice during the week, the whole reason you're with your teammates in the weight room in the off season, the whole reason you're even out here is to be successful or to put yourself in a position for you and your team to be successful. And right now there's too many guys not doing that.
And that gives them a disadvantage, obviously, on the field position. It started at the 22-yard line, and here's Beal. Not much there. Good job by Start to push him out of bounds. No gain, if maybe a couple at the most.
Yeah, kind of a conservative call right there, but I suspect we're going to see the ball in Beal's hands. I even consider using him. They had him line up in the slot early on in the game. They ran a counter to him. Look for a line up in the slot again and throw the ball to him. Get him downfield a little bit.
2nd and 8. Scott back to pass. Has time. Throws it across the middle. That was a poor pass. It was short of his target by about 3 or 4 yards. It'll be 3rd and 8.
Yeah, it looked like he did have a receiver in Brennan Mortis coming across. He was at that second level running a backside post.
Scott, who started the game 4 for 4, has missed on his last 2 attempts. 17 yards through the air, 3rd and 8.
Now, if you start here, you call timeout. If you get a play right here, you call timeout. Get that ball back.
And they've got him behind the line of scrimmage. Will Scott is going to go down.
Yeah, get that timeout.
As that was Aiden Gray, the senior, wrapping him up. 2.5, no timeout yet. 4th and 8.
There it comes.
There it is.
There it is.
Good timeout by Coach James.
And you want to save that clock as much as you can. By my record, that's going to leave start with 1 timeout remaining.
Timeout brought to you by Genoa Bank. We take your banking needs personally. So 2:26 to go in this first half. It has been a wild game, lots of penalties, 2 ejections. We had a 90-yard kickoff return, an 85-yard run. Eli Beal has run for 70 yards, which is about what he's been doing the first couple of weeks. And still anybody's ball game, but I think as we move forward in the second half, which team is going to be able to control their emotions?
Absolutely. Right now they're kind of playing 2 games. Right now we're playing obviously the game on the field, but more importantly, you're playing the mental game with your team. Which coach here can get his kids refocused, come out here, stay on the objective of how to win the game.
So back to receive is the dangerous Marvon Thompson. He is set up at the 42-yard line, and back to kick it away, Logan Goodrick, the sophomore punter.
Yeah, and you may want to kick it away from Thompson.
Good snap, and the kick is away. It's a pretty good punt. Nice and high, bounces at the 45 and gets a nice friendly roll inside the 35-yard line. So Goodrick does his job, and Start has 2:16 and a timeout.
And if you're Start right now, you know what I'm doing? I'm looking to get the ball in number 2's hands. Whether I throw it to him, whether I hand it to him, whether I toss it to him, I want him to get some touches on this drive right here as we got 2:16 left with that 1 timeout.
5 drives for the Start Spartans. They have had 1 turnover. They had a fumble, 3 TDs in the game. And here comes Billy Wirtz, the senior quarterback.
And if you're Springfield right now, you want to make sure that you're keeping the receivers in front of you. You want to make sure you're being a sure tackler. Keep the ball carriers in bounds when all possible.
So here we go on 1st and 10.
Looks like they got man coverage just on the top.
And he's throwing the ball deep. He's looking for number 23, Byron Jackson. Just missed him, a little overthrown.
Yeah, they're man coverage all the way across, sending the linebackers right there. If you get that look again, I think you can find Thompson. You did have him over the middle. He was the 3rd receiver in from the sideline. Now the clock did stop. That's the one good thing. Looks like Wirtz has to go off the field.
Yeah, he had something going on with his jersey or some sort of equipment malfunction. The play clock is down to 10. I think they're going to have to call a timeout here. Now we'll see. The play clock may not have been reset. Yeah, the official setting the resetting the play clock. So they're going to bring in number 3, Jonah Tall. It looks like as the quarterback here on 2nd down and 10. Tall's just going to run it, and he is drilled behind the line of scrimmage by number 56, Jacob Landin, the senior.
Yeah, Jacob was coming all the way on that play.
Well, and it was kind of a predictable play. You knew what was going to happen.
Yep.
And Wirtz is back in there. And now it's a tough 3rd and 15. Flag.
Looks like we're going to have movement on Spartans. So yeah, Springfield looks like they're man up front, but free safety over the top.
Makes it even more difficult now at 3rd and 18 with 1:35. If you're Coach James now, just don't make any mistakes. Let's
Right.
get into
Just
that
don't
locker
turn-
room
right.
with a 10-point lead.
Absolutely, you're absolutely right. Take your time. Don't snap the ball till you have to. Run the clock down as low as you can on these next two plays.
Wirtz to pass. He's going deep. And it is incomplete. He was looking for number 11, Robert Jones.
Yeah, nice job by Will Smith right there from his free safety. Reacting to that ball and getting it right at its a point right there with the receiver.
So now we've got a minute 24. Keep in mind, Springfield does have 2 timeouts, and Start's punting game is not very strong, so they should have good field position and 2 timeouts.
Yeah, I was surprised to see a pass right there. You thought you maybe see a run. You run the clock down a little bit. You could actually probably then ran it on 4th down, or at least ran the clock down before you took a timeout before you punted it.
So Wirtz is back to punt it away.
Looks like we got
Low
movement
snap
again.
and a flag.
Probably good for the start that they had movement because Springfield was on that pretty quickly. Now let's see, they may have been on them so quickly because there was defensive offsides, but officials are back together. We got a false start on Spartans, so they'll back them up another 5 yards.
And that means Grant Lynn, the return man, will scoot up a few more yards. He is right at midfield.
And again, Springfield has 2 timeouts, so if they get this ball back, you say they're going to have about a minute 10 with 2 timeouts. If they get it on the positive side of the 50, they're in pretty good shape.
Punt is away, picked up at the 46-yard line. Grant Lynn looking for room, now to the near side of the 40, 35, to the 30, and he is pushed out of bounds there. So Springfield in business inside the 30 with a minute 13 and 2 timeouts.
Yeah, plenty of time. I tell you what a shot in the arm it will be for Springfield if they can get something positive here in the last minute of the half.
This would be the second drive of the game, starting in start field position. This one at the 29-yard line. The first one is the opening drive of the game, and that resulted in a touchdown.
Yeah, and I'm thinking about the passes to Eli Beal. That way, if it's incomplete, you're stopping the clock.
Throwing
got him,
deep.
got him.
And it
Oh!
picked off at the 5-yard line.
Robert Jones Jr., I think, came up with it. Oh, now we got an official saying it was incomplete. I'm going to tell you, from right here, it looked like a fantastic catch.
Springfield going for the home run on first down.
And what an athletic play by Jones. Is going to go for naught, but you have to appreciate the guy's effort out there.
2nd and 10. Will Scott, high snap, back to pass. Now scrambling up to the 30, throws it out of bounds. 3rd and 10.
Yeah, smart play right there to get rid of it.
62 seconds to go in the half. Springfield with the 2 timeouts.
Now if you're Springfield, you got to think about making sure you get the first down. You're 3rd and 10. You got to make sure you get yourself in a manageable 4th down position if you don't get the first down.
Scott, pressure put on, gets
Screen,
it off.
screen.
Oh, and Beal
Yep.
drops it. He would have scored. There was blockers, and he probably would have scored. He just dropped it.
Yep. He was so wide open. I love the play call. I'm a big fan of screens and draws.
4th and 10 now. Gosh, Scott, who started off 4 for 4, has missed his last 5, but that one wasn't his fault.
Nope. Good play call right there. You look like he had a convoy of blockers in front of him. Now you got to get at least the 10 yards, 57 seconds left. You still have your 2 timeouts, so time's not going to be a factor.
Here comes the pressure. They got him. It's going to be a sack by Elijah Bailey, and that'll be a turnover on down. So Springfield had a golden opportunity to score some points before the half, and they could not get it done.
Elijah Bailey coming on the blitz was outside linebacker position, was able to run Scott down from behind. And as you said, a real opportunity for Springfield to get something positive going into the locker room to start the second half, coming off a score. But it was Start that came up big to end the half, or to close out the half here at least.
Start's defense has been fantastic tonight, I'll tell you. They are running all over the place. How aggressive do you want to be here with 51 seconds and a timeout?
I take a knee. I take my 10-point lead into the half.
I do a little end around to Marvon Thompson, gains a couple, trying to catch him off guard, but Springfield snuffed it out.
What you don't want to do here is fumble the ball. So in my mind, the more you handle the ball in this situation, more likely something can go wrong. So I was surprised to see a reverse with two handoffs. But listen, hey, when you're feeling good, you roll the dice. Things are going well for you.
And this will be most likely the last play of the half. They give it to Thompson. Nope, it's Wirtz. He keeps it, and that will do it for the half. He gains about 5. Clock shows triple zeros, and we are at the half. So Start on the road, the City League coming in and taking care of business in the first half. They lead it 22-12 over the Springfield Blue Devils. Halftime coming up. And then the third quarter, Spartans have the edge 22-12. Jason Griffin, Scott Tucker with you in the first half. The unofficial yardage, it was Start with 134 rushing yards, 20 passing yards for 154 total. For Springfield, 75 rushing yards, 17 passing yards for 92 total. A couple of huge plays, Scott Tucker, for the Start Spartans. The kickoff return by Marvon Thompson, and then the big run by Jeremy Jones. Two huge plays in the game, and Eli Beal is doing his normal things.
Yeah, this is a game, there's two games going on. There's the game on the field and the score, and then there's the emotion of the player that's going on. We're hoping here at the break the coaches were able to get the control of the emotion of these players. We saw a lot of flags in the first half, some player ejections, and let's get back to just simple running, tackling, playing football on the field. To your point, Start 22 points, take away the long touchdown return. Still have scored more points this game than they have in the prior two games. Springfield's been in this position before. They had the lead against Rogers last week, gave up the lead, gave up 16 points to them to fall behind, then came back to win the game. So they're looking to try to repeat that here tonight against Start. But the first thing is just getting back to playing football, getting back to the game plans the coaches had coming to this, putting the emotions to the side.
And after a very lengthy first half, the second half is starting off the same way. We had a problem putting the ball on the tee for the longest time, and now a flag has been called, or a flag has been thrown. It's against Start on a delay, so an auspicious beginning to the second half as well.
Right. This game has had, started with what we believe to be equipment issues with the knee pads, the length of the pads, the knee being covered or not being covered. Kind of went downhill, sort of say, from the number of flags. And now the same auspicious start here, the second half. But now we're ready to get back. Now I feel some good football and some fundamentals back at it.
Here's the squib kick picked up at the 42-yard line. Nice hole there for the Springfield up man, and he gets it across midfield. And so good field position for the Springfield Blue Devils to begin this second half. They'll begin at the Start 47-yard line.
Man, that looked like Demarion Bannister that fielded that ball. And that ball did take a unique hop right there, so he did a nice job staying with it and securing the football, getting his team into the positive of 50.
So Springfield will begin 1st and 10. Ball is at the 47-yard line. Will Scott, the senior quarterback, 4 of 9 in the first half. He started off 4 of 4. Struggled a little bit in the second quarter. Here's a handoff to Eli Beal, and he gets a couple. First hit was made by number 21, LaTroy Davis.
Yeah, LaTroy Davis doing a nice job on that. Moore doing a good job from his linebacker position.
Eli Beal, 17 carries for 71 yards, came into the game with 340 yards in the first 2 weeks with 4 touchdowns. He has 2 touchdowns here tonight, so 6 in 3 weeks. High snap, handoff to Beal, goes to the far side, nothing is there. He loses yardage on the play.
Yeah, Spartan doing a really good job of controlling the line of scrimmage right now, particularly on the outside run contain.
And that was LaTroy Davis again, just a sophomore. Third and long.
Both have young rosters here. If you look down through the rosters, you see a lot of freshmen, sophomores. Some names here you're going to be hearing for the next couple years.
Third down and 11 for the Blue Devils' opening drive in the second half. 3 receivers on the near side. He's going that way. He's got a man, overthrew him. That was a touchdown waiting to happen as Grant Lynn was there, but the throw was about a yard over his head.
Yeah, I like the play call. Start was at 2 safeties deep right there. You kind of found that corner in between that area, between the hash mark and the sidelines. That's kind of a difficult area for the safety to get over to. Just didn't quite make the connection on the pass, but the play was there.
Logan Goodrick back to punt for the second time tonight, and Marvon Thompson is set up at his own 17-yard line.
And the coaches are excited about him. They were high on him coming into the game, and then he's proven them correct thus far.
The kick is away. It's a pretty good punt. Thompson's going to let it bounce, and it's going to squib down into the end zone. A heck of an effort there by a Springfield player who was at 26 down there. That was Greg Ptaszynski. You've called his name a few times tonight. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 20.
Now we'll see what Start can do. Starting on their own 20. They've been able to sustain. One of the things that we talked about as the key of the game is their consistency with their offense. They were able to do that in the second quarter. Continue that coming out here in the third quarter.
So here's Billy Wirtz, the senior quarterback. Takes it himself on first down, and nothing really there. Logan Goodrick was the first man to hit him.
Right, these first couple of series here is kind of what we thought we would see here. A little more kind of grinded out, short yardage, good defense. The first half surprised us, certainly me, up here. Now I'm kind of thinking things have settled down, and we're back to this, what the game plan was to start the game.
2nd and 11. Low snap, a little collision in the backfield, and Wirtz is going to run for whatever he can get, and it's not much.
Right, we've seen that a couple times. Both backs are going at the same time.
So 3rd and 8.
Now, good opportunity here for Springfield. If they could start with a 3 and out, that'd be the first step in kind of righting the ship here and getting themselves back going offensively.
Two receivers on the far side, one split out to the near side. Wirtz out of the shotgun, looking to pass to the far side, has it to Thompson, and that is enough for the first down. Nice play by Start to pick up the conversion.
Yeah, great play call right there. You have the defensive backs playing off a little bit. Just tell you guys, run to the sticks and turn around. Wentz does a nice job putting the ball right between the numbers.
Thompson, 3 catches on the night. He had 5 catches in the first 2 weeks.
Wirt's doing a good job of actually just managing the game. He hasn't had the big play, the big run. Just doing a good job managing the offense. Billy Wirt's the senior.
It's another set of downs here. 1st and 10. Ball is at the 31. A pitch. And not much there. Goodrick is there with a tackle. That was Maurice Gary, number 9, his 2nd carry of the night.
Yeah, when they came over, motion to that tight bunch set, Springfield understood the numbers right there, was able to make their own adjustments. Not much running room for start.
Obviously, this is not a conference game, but you look at Start in the last 3 years, they're 14-1 in the City League in the last 3 years. They will take on Scott next week. That should be a good game.
Yeah, that's their standard. Scott coming off the big win at St. Francis last week.
2nd and 9.
Here
Wirt's in trouble, and he's got it to Gary to the 30, but a nice pursuit by the Springfield Blue Devils. Number 64, Isaac Evans, the senior, wraps him up.
Yeah, great recognition by Isaac right there. He saw the offensive line releasing the defensive line, and he was able to track down the ball. He didn't penetrate too far upfield. Did a good job of not over pursuing.
3rd and long, 3rd and 10. They need to get the ball to the 41-yard line. We're 5 minutes into this second half.
Yeah, those defensive linemen, they really only want to get upfield to the heels of the offensive player.
Wirt's rolling out to his right, in trouble, throws it across his body, incomplete. The receiver, Thompson, slipped. He was looking for a flag, not going to get it, 4th down.
Yeah, good job by Springfield defense. Looks like Spartans bringing in their punt team.
So 4th and 10, and Wirt's back to punt. Grant Lynn will be back to receive this kick.
The Start does have an uncovered player up at the top of the screen on the 30. See if Springfield has no recognition of him up there. You see him standing up on the 30.
There's no one within 30 yards of him.
Just throw him the ball, yeah.
Sure. Oh, and he threw it underthrew it. I mean, that was an absolute mistake by Springfield. That was easy.
And that may have been a case where the player just came in inside the numbers and went back to the numbers, never really made it to the huddle. But you want that, that's a tough miss by Start right there.
Yeah,
good outcome by Springfield. The defense does their job. They go in there, they force the 3 and out, give the offense the ball in good field position. Offense has to capitalize right here. 6:37 to go here in the second. Time's not a factor, but it's something you need to be aware of when you're down 10.
Keep in mind, that was Wirtz back to punts. That's your quarterback,
right,
who just underthrew it. So big break for Springfield. Let's see if they can capitalize. Fake the handoff to Beal. Instead, flip it out to Goodrick. He'll have the 1st down and more. Down to the 10. Slips out of a tackle. He's still going. He's down at the 6. It'll be 1st and goal. A gain of 25.
Love the play call. Love the play call. You got your tight end. He stops and blocks down. Delays route. Gets himself out in the flat. Nice job by Scott getting him the ball. And then obviously a great run. He's getting those yards after catch. Those yaks as they call them. Big play for Springfield as you got a Spartan down on the turf right now.
Got an injury for Start. Let's remind everybody that the Springfield Blue Devils are into the red zone, brought to you by Appliance Center, Ohio's largest furniture, mattress, and appliance superstore. Well, Springfield 1-1. They will be at BG next week, home against Napoleon, then at Findlay. For Start, they're 0-2, leading here tonight by 10. They've got Scott next week at home. Then they go to Anthony Wayne, which won't be a walk in the park. And then they go to Rogers. So that's the next 3 games for each team.
Yeah, the big one for Start obviously is the Scott game. Scott and Start were picked to finish 1-2 by the experts in the league. Scott playing really well right now, coming into week 3, finishing week 3, 2-1.
So here we go on 1st and goal for the Blue Devils. Beal is in there in the backfield behind their quarterback, Will Scott. Wouldn't be surprised at all to see him get it. And there he is. We've got a whistle, though, and a flag. It's offside on Start.
Defensive offside, and just again that inside trap is which is what they ran last time they were down inside the 10.
So half the distance, that'll bump it up to about the 3-yard line. And I would be shocked if we don't see Beal.
Yeah, give it to Beal again. And you'll see Will Scott pushing this pile forward.
There's the handoff, and he goes virtually untouched for his 3rd touchdown of the night. Eli Beal.
That's big right there. Big. All started with the Springfield defense getting the 3 and out, leaving their offense in good field position. Offense getting a little rhythm. Getting down here and making that big score right here. Now we're trying to bring it within 3 on the extra point.
Goodrick is in for the extra point. First score of the second half for Beal, his 3rd touchdown of the night, and his 7th here this season. We've got another player that's going to come off due to some sort of equipment issue. Had a lot of that tonight. The holder is Brennan Mortis, the senior. Goodrick ready. Snap, place, kick, up, and it is no good. He hooked it left, his 2nd miss of the night, so it's still a 4-point lead, 22-18. Back for more after this on BCSN. Back at Springfield High School, the NLL hosting the City League. We've got a little pooch punt. Look out, dangerous, and Start able to corral it at the 35-yard line. It's almost like an onside kick, but they didn't really commit to it in a way. They went all the way up to the 35, and Start able to pounce on it. That's where they'll begin.
And Start did the right thing. They kind of waited to see if that ball was going to go out of bounds. When it looked like it was going to die before it got to the sideline, they did a good job of covering the ball. Now let's see if Springfield can keep up that defensive stand that they made last possession, get another 3 and out. Meanwhile, Start needs to kind of grind out a couple first downs here, use the clock, and this drive and a score.
About midway through this 3rd quarter.
Now the good news is for Start, if the missed extra point there forces Springfield to have to get a touchdown.
And Wirtz is going to keep it. He moves ahead. We've got a flag in. The helmet came off after a gain of about 5 on 1st down.
Yeah, it looked like the tackler inadvertently grabbed the helmet. See another 15 yards walked off here.
Personal foul, face mask penalty on Springfield. The 15-yard penalty from the spot. And a first down to Start.
So that'll push him into Springfield territory. Wirtz 37 yards on the ground. Came into the game with 23 rushes for 107. So not only a decent quarterback and a good game manager, as you mentioned, but also pretty good with his feet. So here we go, 1st and 10.
Yeah, he's done a lot of positive things tonight. Springfield bringing up everybody. 10 guys in the box.
Wirtz keeps, and he is tackled after a short gain. Number 72, Crew Egenberger gets him.
6'4", 260-pound senior.
So 2nd and 9 for the Spartans, who led it by 10 at the half. Now it's down to 4.
And you see the Springfield defense kind of bringing the action to the offense a little bit more than we saw in the first half. They're taking a little more risks, bringing a few more players. You see the defense aligned to the offensive formation, strong side, weak side.
Works to throw on 2nd and 9, just off the fingertips of Thompson.
Yeah, the play's there. You got everybody walked up to the line of scrimmage. You're pressing on the receivers. All you need is just that step on the cornerback, and you're open. And he had it, just wasn't able to make the connection. Was worked.
3rd and 9 coming up for the Spartans. You know, you look at their year last year, it was completely different. The first half, they were 0-5, outscored 253-6. And then their last 5 games, all City League games, they won them all.
Yeah, by large margins. And again, they started with Whitmer, Fremont, and St. Francis last season. So early gauntlet. Here comes the blitz right there.
Wirtz throwing deep, and it is picked off at the 24-yard line.
Has some room to return it.
He certainly does. There's a flag behind the play. The pickoff by 13, Will Smith, the senior. And let's see about the penalty. There's a flag down.
I think the penalty looks like it's going to be a post-possession penalty, whatever it is. So I think the ball is going to remain with Springfield.
The momentum here in the second half has flipped to the home team. Another personal foul.
It was blocking back towards the line, blindside block, blocking back towards your own end zone. 15 yards from the end of the play.
And that is the second turnover for Start. They had a fumble in the first half, an interception now. Springfield has had 1 turnover. They also had a fumble, but Springfield has the ball at their own 25.
Springfield wasn't able to capitalize on the turnover. They're hoping they can do so on this one. 75 yards away from potentially taking the lead.
Handoff to Beal, bounces to the outside. And he is pushed out of bounds by Thompson after a gain of 5.
That's one thing you want to do with him. They want to force him to bounce outside, but then you have to have the contain out there. And that safety coming in with the run lane responsibility, because he'll take chunks of 5 in a blink of an eye.
Beal had 42 rushes in the first 2 weeks. He has 20 so far tonight. And he's on the right hip of the quarterback, Will Scott, and we've got another flag. False start on the Blue Devils. So wipe out that 5-yard gain. Now it's 2nd and 10.
Yeah, it looked like the offensive lineman put his hand down there and then brought it back up. And the goal here is to string positive plays along. String positive plays along.
On 2nd and 10, they hand it off to Beal. Follows his blockers and picks up about the 5 yards that they just lost, but now it's 3rd and 5.
Right. If they can get starting that same defense, there was a lot of room to the wide side of the field. Maybe if you get Beal coming to the wide side of the field, let him use his athleticism. He's hard to tackle in the open field.
Fake the handoff to Beal. Now the flip out to Goodrick. And he is tackled at the 39-yard line. That is more than enough for a first down.
Yeah, I like that call when they get that tight end in the flats. That's been successful twice now. That got them going on the last drive. Then again,
for Goodrick, his 4th catch of the night. He has been the go-to target through the air for Will Scott. Fresh set of downs. Handoff, Beal, straight ahead, a burst of speed, a gain of 8 on first down.
This is exactly what Springfield needs. String together some positive plays. Avoid the penalty, avoid the turnovers, pick up the first downs, gain a little confidence, get your offense playing downhill.
They mark it at the 46, gain of 7. They flip it out, complete, first down, Cam Tall up across the 40-yard line, and it is a gain of about 16, a first down.
Yeah, and that's a name we thought we'd be calling a little bit more of coming into the game, but Cam Tall right there, he's been kind of a silent, positive addition to Springfield's offense this season. We thought we might see him getting a few more touches than he's gotten so far tonight.
The junior had 9 catches in the first 2 weeks. That was his second catch tonight. And another first down for the Blue Devils, as they're trying to take the lead. They have not had the lead since the first quarter. Time for Scott. Now he just throws it away. That's a smart play by the quarterback.
Yep, got outside the tackle box right there. Surveyed the field, didn't see what he liked, didn't see any good advantages by his receivers. Wisely threw the ball out of bounds. And again, as we're talking about, stringing together some positive plays. Right now, Springfield's doing that.
Springfield led it 6-0, 12-6. They haven't seen the lead since then, but they are driving here. Handoff, Beal slips out of a tackle and picks up some positive yardage, about 5, cuts the deficit down to, he needs about another 5 or 6 for a first down, but they had him behind the line of scrimmage.
Right, and it looked like Joe Keller from his left guard position did a nice job on the kick-out block, but just not enough room to get Beal much further than that.
3rd and 6. And we've got a flag called. And it's going to be on Springfield. Flag is thrown again. And now it's bumps him to 3rd and long.
Yep, looks like one of the wideouts right there. And that's one of the ones that it frustrates you as a coach, because their job is not to listen to the cadence because they're so far out on the edges there. Their job is just to watch the ball. Don't move till the ball moves. So frustrating ones there when you pick those offsides off of the receivers.
It's Grant Lynn who is split. He's frustrated. You could see it on his face. 3rd and 11. 2-down territory, though, I would think. Little pitch straight ahead to Goodrick. Start had that one snuffed out. They get a couple of yards, but not nearly enough.
Yeah, that was I'm not sure about that play it developed. That ball actually was pitched to the tight end after the 2 backs led through, so a little bit different look in that.
4th and 7 at the 35-yard line, and I'm not surprised. It looks like they're going to go for it here. Goodrick limping off, by the way. That's not good news. Hopefully he's okay. 4th and 7. Huge play right here. Late stages of the 3rd quarter. The throw
nice out.
Complete,
yep.
And a first down. Nice job over there to get his feet down. That was caught by number 10, Nate Pope, his first catch of the night.
Yeah, nice job by Nate. Good route right there. And Will Scott delivered a beautiful pass right there, just on the break. Nothing the defender can do on that.
Pope's first catch of the night. He had 2 catches through the first 2 weeks. That was a huge one. They needed that. 1st and 10.
Still like to see Beal here on the wide side of the field.
And you get your wish. He's coming this way. And Beal carries a couple of defenders down, and he is close to another first down. It's going to be just short, 2nd and 2.
like to see Springfield get this play off as we're winding down to 25 seconds. They got some good momentum going this way on the field.
I got Beal for 101 yards in the game unofficially, so he's hit that century mark. 2nd and 2, they give it to him again. And he's got the first down, needed 2, he got 4, and that most likely will be the end of the third quarter.
That run good for a first down.
See Springfield here marching on a comeback. That's what they're hoping.
And that is going to do it for the third quarter as the clock hits triple zeros. We got a tight ball game here at Springfield. The Blue Devils driving, trailing by 4, 22-18. Fourth quarter coming up on BCSN. All right, we got a good one here at Springfield, 22-18. Start as the lead, Springfield driving, and they are down to the 11-yard line.
And they've used multiple tools this drive. You had Tall, Pope, Beal, Will Scott doing a good job managing the offense. Here's Beal on the right side.
And he's going to get in there for his 4th touchdown of the night. Eli Beal from 11 yards out, and Springfield has their first lead since the first quarter.
Eli Beal making that one look easy. Nice run right there. Take a good look at him. That's a name we're going to hear from in the next couple of years. Number 5, only a sophomore right there. 4 touchdowns tonight. Over 100 yards unofficially.
Wow. And just a sophomore, as you said. So Eli Beal, 8 touchdowns on the year already.
More importantly, gets his team back in front.
24-22 is our score. Keep in mind, Logan Goodrick has missed 2 PATs tonight. He also went for 2 and did not get it. So
looks like they're going to go for 2 here.
It's been a bit of a struggle on these conversions.
If they get the 2, obviously Start will have to get a touchdown to take the lead.
Yeah, this is big.
Although we're not sure about Start's field goal kicking capabilities yet.
It sounded like it was almost non-existent. Here's Beal, straight up the middle, no problem. 2-point conversion, and Springfield has a 4-point lead. It's 26-22.
And again, we're going to give the accolades to the offense, but it was the defense that led to these last 2 scores. Great defenses, couple 3-and-outs, turned the ball back over the offense, able to put together some positive plays, string them together, and into the end zone twice. Beal leading the way both times.
So the score now 26-22. Springfield with the lead as Start. Yeah, this game is far from over, as you know, but Start was looking real good in that second quarter.
I know this. I don't kick the ball to Marvin Thompson. I keep the ball away from him. My defense is playing really well in the second half here. So if I give up a little yardage in order to avoid putting the ball in Thompson's hands, I'm willing to do that.
Marvin Thompson had a huge kickoff return early in the ball game of about 90 yards for a score. And then their next touchdown came on a huge play as well as Jeremy Jones scampered 85 yards. 26-22, Springfield trying to get to 2-1 on the year, but this game is far from over. Still 11:56 to go. We had a very slow first half. Little pooch kick again. They're staying away from Thompson. I can't blame them.
Yeah, nice job right there. That was Elijah Bailey, right, the senior, doing a good job of securing that ball, getting down to the ground right there so he doesn't have to take the hit, avoiding that ball being jarred loose.
So yeah, instead of giving it to Thompson, just give him good field position. That is, pick your poison, as they say. So the ball will be at the 38-yard line.
Right, and right now you're willing to do that. Your defense has been playing really well here in the second half.
Last 4 drives for the Spartans. Punt, halftime, turnover on downs, and interception. So it has been a bit of a struggle here the last few times out. Wirtz fakes the handoff. Slant route right across the middle is dropped. That's a pretty good pass.
Yeah. That's a ball you hope your receiver can come up right there. Fake the inside handoff right there. Have the slot coming in on a slant. It's a good play call right there. You hope you can hit him and maybe he can split the seams, get to the end zone. If nothing else, it's a nice 5-yard completion if you can make the connection.
Wirtz now 4-14 through the air. 2nd down and 10. Got a whistle. And it'll bump start back 5 more yards. 2nd down and 15.
And again, you see Springfield being a more aggressive defense. You're seeing a lot more blitzes out of the defensive group there. In that case, you saw Brennan Mortis, the Mike linebacker. He was coming on a gap blitz.
And the sophomore Logan Goodrick is imploring the fans here on the near side to make some noise. He's another kid, just a sophomore. You've got Beal as a sophomore, Goodrick as a sophomore. Wirtz in trouble, now scrambles. We've got a couple of flags thrown. A 3rd one comes in.
So we may have multiple fouls. Looks like we have holding here on this side and maybe a holding or face mask on the far side of the field.
And Scott, I try to keep stats during the game. I don't keep track of penalties. There would be no way. I'd run out of room.
Today would have been that'd be a challenge for any statistician on the penalties.
And Wirtz, the quarterback, is slow to get up.
And it's not just that we've had penalties, but we've had multiple penalties on the same play.
Yeah.
So we got a hold and a hit to the head.
And Wirtz is still down. If he can't go, Jeremy Jones is the backup quarterback for the Spartans. This would be a huge blow to their comeback chances if he cannot go.
Yeah, hopefully he'll get up and be able to walk off under his own power. Little ginger, but he's walking off. I think he'll be good to go.
So it's going to be 2nd down and very long here. They need to get all the way up to the 48-yard line, so almost at midfield. It's 2nd down and 24. With a backup quarterback in. This is Thompson, who's now back there at quarterback.
And they got that tight bunch down this way for, I would say, let's student body right.
Thompson looking for some room. Does a nice job to find a little bit of a seam and picks up 5.
Similar to kind of a wildcat look. If you're using Thompson, he's going to continue to work as quarterback. Although you see Wirtz on the sideline there. Looks like he's going to come back in.
He comes back in for this 3rd and 19. Thompson goes off, so your big play receiver is not in.
Looks like they ran the wrong guy off. They brought Wirtz in. They can only have 11 on there, so in a scramble, they got the closest guy to the sideline off, which ended up being Thompson, and now you got
another
early snap.
A sack behind the play, but hold the phone. We've got another penalty marker down.
Right, looked like the center snapped the ball while you still had some motion going on, people getting set. Now, you did have the Springfield crowd getting into it, so that may have played a factor as well.
False start by the Spartans, so 3rd and 24.
And really, the second half here has been about Springfield's defense.
And Goodrick's arms have to have to be tired.
Yeah.
Waving the students on.
I saw.
So here we go on 3rd and 24. See what Coach James can dial up for his Spartans.
Got some time.
He's in trouble and he goes down. A sack by Jacob Landin. The senior gets him. It'll be 4th and forever.
Jake and Landin coming up big. We see a flag down at the far side hash.
It's going to go on start. They're going to decline it.
Yeah, I would think you would decline it if you're Springfield. Sure enough, that's what they did.
So now it feels like Start is up against it because you're going to give the ball back to Springfield, all the momentum. If they can score on this next drive, I don't want to say it's over, but it's close.
They should be able to salt it away if they can score here. They should get the ball on the positive side of the 50 going in. Right now, you just want to make sure you secure the ball if you're Springfield.
Grant Lynn is back at the 40-yard line of Start, by the way. Almost got the punt blocked.
Yeah, you just want to get away from it. Oh, nice bounce here for the Spartans.
Wow, that's a fantastic bounce. All the way down to the 39-yard line. We'll take a break, come back, see what Springfield can do. Up by 4 with 10:06 to go on BCSN. All right, back here, and the first down carry by Eli Beal, and he goes for over 20 yards.
Right, we talked about a very good Spartan punt. Beal wiped that out in one play.
Yeah, he just took care of all that bouncing. You're right. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Springfield trying to take control of this one after trailing by 10 at the half. Hand off to Beal. Who else? Beal up across the 35-yard line. Tackled at the 31. It'll be a gain of 8.
And one of the things we had talked about with Coach James before the game was he did have a little concern about his troops kind of wearing down late in a game. And this is might be a sign of that right now. Springfield on the back of their defense has generated some offense. Now the offensive line is starting to grind this out here a little bit behind the nifty running of Beal.
Yeah, Start is a little bit thin, so some of these guys are getting a little tired here late in the game. And it's no surprise what they're going to call. Just keep handing it off. Surprise, they didn't hand it off. Instead, it's Will Scott, and he is close to the first down.
I like when you surprise yourself. Yeah. Will Scott hoping just to be able to pull that out of there, get around the end.
You know, I mentioned a few minutes ago that Start started the year last year 0-5. Springfield started the year 0-5. Both of these teams were winless after the first 5 games last year.
Yeah, last year under Coach Jerry Bell, Springfield ended the season 2-8. With wins over Maumee and Northview.
1st and 10, handoff to Beal. And he is down near the 20-yard line, short of the first down, but a nice chunk of yardage.
And the one thing I like about watching him is, you know, you can even see him here on screen. He doesn't look like a back that has ran the way he's run tonight. He still looks like he's fresh. He's still ready to go. He's still got some spring in his step. You don't see any wear on him.
29 carries for over 150 yards in the game for Eli Beal, 5'9" sophomore. He gets it again, bounces to the outside, sidesteps a tackle, down inside the 10, still going, big hit there at the 5-yard line, but a gain of about 16.
Yeah, he absorbed a big hit right there. Still didn't bring him down. They got Beal listed at 170, but he sure seems to run a little thicker than 170.
And he has to be in the running for the player of the week. Come on, Eli Beal is just a workhorse. Ball's at the 6. First and goal, under 8 minutes to go in the game. This time it's kept by the quarterback, and Will Scott punches it in for the score. And it is a Springfield lead of 32-22.
Big score right there for Springfield. You like to see the senior Will Scott, the leader of the team, able to punch that one in for his ball club.
So Will Scott, his first rushing touchdown of the year. And the lead is 10, 32-22. Some of the air out of the tires here for the Spartans. Springfield, I'll tell you what, maybe what did Charles Smith say at the in the locker room? Because whatever he said, it worked.
Yeah, it's a night and day difference team, and I think the biggest difference is they got the emotion and the distractions out of their system. They got back to doing what we talked about, which is run, catch, throw, and tackle.
And for the first time tonight, Logan Goodrick nails an extra point, and it's 33-22. Springfield on top here at home. We'll take a break, come back, see if Start has an answer on BCSN. An 11-point advantage now for the home team. The Springfield Blue Devils, this one is a short kick, covered up at the 27-yard line, and that's where Start will begin this drive. And this second half for the Start Spartans, a turnover on downs, interception, punt. It has not been a good half for the Spartans.
No, it's been all Springfield here in the second half. And I think really after things kind of settled down at halftime, when you just got back to team's identity and playing football, you see some of the more experienced Springfield players come out here a little bit. You know, Start, as we talked about, both these teams are on separate leagues, separate paths, but sort of the same journey in the fact that they're both have been introduced to completely new coaching staffs that run two different systems. So a complete rethinking and reshaping and retooling of their ball clubs.
Oh boy, huge tackle, but I think he got some of the face mask because here come the flags.
By some of the face mask, I would say all of the face mask. Unintentional, 37 just getting up there big, got some air right there coming down from the air, just trying to grab anything he could. Unfortunately, it was the face mask.
All right, so that'll give him a free first down, 15 yards, 7:36 to go in the game. It's a two-score game.
Yeah, and these are these 15-yard penalties with no time coming off the clock that if you're Springfield, you have to avoid.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't make any mistakes now. You got the lead. Just play clean.
Right, you know, if Start comes back to win this game, it has to be because they beat you, not because that you gave them some assists.
And we've got a whistle. And a false start on Start, so they go back 5 yards.
And I will say it, that the Springfield faithful have stayed in the game. They've really come alive here in the second half.
And you mentioned some young players out there. That face mask was number 37, Gabe Gregory. He's just a freshman.
He's got some ups because he got up there in the air a bit.
First and 15. Wirtz will keep it, and he finds a hole and gets good yardage. Not a first down, but he's close. It's going to be second and maybe 3 or 4.
Yeah, big chunk play right there. That's what Start needs. And again, remember, they've had some success when they roll Wirtz out, let him look at 2 or 3 different levels of receivers. Not sure he's quite experienced enough to go through all his reads, but give him 1 or 2 reads and he can have some success.
Second down and about 4 as they approach midfield. This throw is a little bit behind the intended target, and it'll be third down.
Now, presumably, again, we're in 4-down territory, even though we're at midfield. Given the score of the game and the clock, I would think that Stark would be going 4 downs.
I would agree with that assessment, Mr. Tucker, because I don't think they're going to get the ball back 2 more times.
I agree.
Third and 4.
I like when you're agreeable. Got another jump, yep, another motion here. And again, on those receivers, you just want them to watch the ball. When the ball moves, you move.
Yeah, the comeback is hard enough on the road, but throwing these penalties makes it even more difficult. 3rd and 9 now for the Spartans. Who will fall to 0-3 if they don't come back. And for Springfield, they would go to 2-1.
Yeah, 0-3 and going into a big game at home against Scott. Whereas if you're Springfield, you're going in against Bowling Green, a 2-0 team. Bowling Green playing really well so far at the beginning of the season. I haven't seen a score update for tonight's game. But a challenging Division III team. Looks like they're resetting the clock. Now we're ready to go.
3rd and 9. Words across the middle. It's complete to who else? Marvin Thompson. A gain of about 15 and a first down.
Get that man the ball. Listen, you got to appreciate what Stark's doing, right? No giving. This team, it's a young team, is on the road. They had the lead. They gave up the lead. Be easy for them to kind of pitch the tents and kind of just go through the motions, but they're not having any of that. They're grinding it away.
Thompson, 4 catches, 42 yards on the night, and that big kickoff return for a touchdown. 1st and 10, 6 minutes to go. Pressure. Wirtz throws. He's got a man, and he's got it. First down to the 15-yard line, as that one is caught by Jonah Tall.
That's just a great throw right there. That's all you need, just that half step of separation by the receiver. And Billy Wirtz able just to drop a dime in there over the shoulder. Nice sliding catch. It's like a real football play right there. That's a play.
Down to the 16-yard line. 1st and 10. 2 big back-to-back plays for the Spartans. Have them in business.
Got to get in the end zone here.
Wirtz will keep it. Right up the gut. Has a hole. He is hit by number 26, Greg Ptaszynski. Give him 7 yards, though.
Yeah, solid hit by Ptaszynski.
He's a good ball player.
Yep.
We've mentioned him a lot tonight.
Yeah, he does a good job coming up and hitting from his safety position.
Clock beginning to be a factor here as we hit 5 minutes left in the game.
He plays that will linebacker. Sometimes he drifts outside, gets himself into coverage.
Springfield just loading the box here. Wirtz, handoff. They smelled that run from a mile away.
That's Gabe Gregory right there on the tackle.
As Maurice Gary was met in the backfield by several Blue Devils. 3rd and 6. There's Gregory, number 37. He's had a good game. Did have that one penalty, but
only a freshman.
3rd and 6. Here we go. Obviously, 2-play territory. Empty backfield. They hand it off to Gary, and he picks up some yards, but not enough for the first. It's going to be 4th and short.
Yeah, nice cut Showed some patience right there, got in behind his lead blocker and then planted that foot and turned it up. Got as many yards as he could, but this is going to determine the game here to a certain factor. They got to get this first down. If they don't, it's going to be a tough road back for start.
Yeah, this is the game. They cannot afford to not get this. 4th and 1. Springfield loading that box up once again. It's bunched up. We've got a timeout called by Springfield.
They want to talk it over.
So 3:31 to play. We will get to our player of the game. You know what? Let's just do our player of the game like now because duh. I mean, who's it going to be? Of course, it's Eli Beal. Eli Beal for Springfield. I mean, are you kidding me? If we gave it to somebody else, I think Eli Beal's whole family would come up here and knock us out.
Absolutely.
30 carries for $170 and 4 TDs for Eli Beal. He is our player of the game, brought to you by First Solar, leading the world's sustainable energy future. To join our team, visit firstsolar.com/careers. And Eli Beal, 8 touchdowns on the year. We're in week 3.
Yeah, and I'm looking at him down on the sidelines right now, and he's walking around. He looks like he hasn't even started the game yet.
Right? It's good to be young.
It sure is.
There he is, our player of the game, Mr. Eli Beal.
He's just cooling down the helmet, enjoying the game.
So here we go, 4th and 1. Start needs it. Big time. It's Wirtz on a keep. It's going to be close.
It's going to be, yeah. That,
no indication yet.
Unpile them. See if the umpires got it spotted. Start getting up to the line of scrimmage. Oh, it looks like they're going to give it to him. Looks like they're going to call it first down.
Okay, 1st and goal.
No measurement needed. Drop the sticks, 1st and goal.
Wirtz hands it off to Gary. Not much room. He picks up maybe a yard. 2nd down and goal.
Now, Start does have 3 timeouts left, but remember, they have to get 2 scores.
So you got a sense of urgency here.
Right, you got to think about using your timeouts now because you don't want to hold on to them for that second score if you can't get the first one.
Under 3 minutes to go. 2nd and goal. The pitch. Coming to the near side. He's going to get in. Touchdown for the Spartans as Jonah Tall scampers in from 5 yards out.
Just like that, we're in a 5-point ball game. You got to go for 2 here, try to bring the game within 3.
33-28.
Now you can use your timeouts on defense to stop the clock. If you're Springfield, you're getting your hands team ready, preparing for an onside kick. Now every team has a go-to, must-have 2-point conversion play. Something you practice almost every day at practice, so we're going to see starts right here.
Wirtz throws it, deflected nicely, and no good. And who else? The freshman, Gregory, is there to tip it down.
Yeah, nice job on his part. He actually came from the safety at the top, read that, got himself down into the passing lane to break that ball up.
So the score is 33-28. We'll keep it right here. 2:50 to go in the ball game. So now, if you're Start, you're in that weird spot. You don't really need an onside kick because you have 3 timeouts, but don't you think they'll probably try an onside kick?
I would think they'll try to get the onside kick because their defense hasn't had much success. So if you Start, I think you take the shot at the onside kick, give yourself a chance to get the ball back. If you're Springfield, you just want to make sure you have your hands team out there. You just want to secure the ball. You just want possession of the ball. Then you just need to get 1 first down because it'll be close, 250, depending on how much runs off on the kick attempt. whether you need the first down or not, given that Start has the 3 timeouts in their pocket.
Well, and at this point, too, if you're Springfield, as long as you can get the ball, you secure the ball.
You're 98% there.
You're pretty much got it.
Right.
Unless you turn the ball over. So we'll see what happens.
And it looks like they're going to have 10 of their players within.
It's Jameer Johnson, number 16. He's having some trouble keeping it on that tee.
Yeah, trying to get that high lean, if you will, try to get that ball straight up and down.
He's got it how he wants it.
Now usually you see him try to kick the top of the ball and get that big bounce.
He kicks it away. It's grabbed at the 25-yard line. And a run back across the 40-yard line by Grant Lynn, and that's where Springfield will begin the drive. So 2:44 to go, 3 timeouts for Start.
Right now, you know, if you try the onside kick, what do you end up? You end up only costing yourself a few yards there, but an opportunity to recover the ball. Nonetheless, it's going to come down to Start's defense right here, right now.
And they've been pretty good tonight. You look at the score, say 33, but I've been impressed with Start's defense. They get after it.
They were especially good in the first half. They had Springfield kind of back on their heels and a lot of momentum. Second half here, Springfield's offense has just kind of come to light, warmed down a little bit. A lot of Eli Beal.
First down. Handoff to Beal. A burst of speed up across midfield. He's got a first down and more down to the 44-yard line. A gain of 15 on first down.
Yeah, ball security, ball security, ball security. They got to make sure they hold on to the ball there. When they run to that tight end side, they're able to wall that down. Start seems to be aligning with that linebacker kind of stacked or inside the defensive end. And it's been Springfield had good success in pinning him inside.
No timeout taken on that play after that big run. Good job by Springfield to take the play clock all the way down inside 5.
2 hands on the ball, 2 hands on the ball. That's all I'm saying if I'm Coach Smith right now.
6 more for Beal. Yeah, keep in mind, Beal has fumbled the football 4 times on the year. There's a timeout, the first taken by Start. We're going to have a second down and 3 coming up. 2 timeouts left for Start. That's it. And they can only stop it 2 more times. So if they get a first down here, it's over.
Right. If you're Springfield, you get your first down, and that's a wrap. Providing clean exchanges between the center and the quarterback, and should you hand the ball off to Beal, making sure those are clean exchanges as well. I'm talking to Beal right now, 2 hands, no longer about getting yards, it's about securing the football.
So Charles Smith, the head coach for the Blue Devils, the defensive coordinator at Start last year, trying to beat his old team and get to 2-1 on the year.
Right, it'll be a bittersweet victory for the Charles. He's really admires his new team and is excited to move forward with them, but I know he has a lot of respect for the young men that he has relationships with in the green and white.
Second down play, handed off to Beal. That's probably your ball game. He gets the first down, and Beal is over 200 yards in the game. For the second straight week, I should add.
Yeah, and they're going to let the clock run. Coach James recognizes that the timeouts won't make a difference right now.
So Springfield's going to move to 2-1 with this victory. Win against Rogers, a loss against Maumee, and now a win against the City League. And the Start Spartans, who are going to fall to 0-3 on the year.
But did generate a lot of offense. They had only scored 12 points on the year. They're going to walk away here with 28 on the scoreboard.
Here's Beal bouncing to the outside. He's looking for his 5th touchdown of the night. Flag is thrown. Surprise, surprise. We've had a couple of flags tonight.
Right, same thing. You want Beal to stay inbounds. And you don't want any penalties. What's the phrase? They stole victory out of or stole defeat out of the jaws of victory.
Yeah, that's right.
String. It's one of those two phrases. String a couple positive plays together here in the second half. Their defense came up big. That was really kind of the change of the momentum here. Able to give that offense the ball in some good field position, and the rest was just Eli Beal. Offensive line doing a good job, giving him some gaps, especially off the tackle on the wide side of the field.
Another handoff to the star of the night, Eli Beal, and he will be met at the line of scrimmage. We've got a minute left in the contest. Timeout is called by the Spartans. I mean, he can't win the game at this point unless there's a fumble.
Right, but they're still learning to be done,
Yep.
and you're out here trying to get everybody on the same page. But one of the things I'm very pleased to see is how both teams were able to corral their emotions coming out of that first half, coming out at halftime, and get back to what they practiced to do here on a Friday night.
I want to thank our director tonight, Noah Laughlin, Chad Brown, cameraman, and Jake McAfee. Appreciate it, gentlemen. Our crew here tonight at Springfield High School.
Top notch, top notch. Springfield been gracious hosts. Love the press box up here.
Yeah, you never know what you're going to get sometimes at high school football games. You're outside, the weather, the elements. It's nice here.
It's been top notch here.
I'll come back here anytime. Minute 5 is all we have left. Springfield is going to move to 2-1 on the year. Handoff to Beal, right ahead. Just hold on to the ball. And another timeout. That's it. Starts final timeout.
And we'll just need to see. Well, we may need to see 2 more snaps, depending on how this goes. And again, Springfield with a NLL crossover game against Bowling Green next week before they come back and get into divisional play. Anthony Wayne, Perrysburg, Whitmer, last 3 games of the season.
Well, if you have a guy like Eli Beal on your team,
Yeah, absolutely.
I think anything's possible. I don't care who the opponent is. He's fun to watch. 3rd and long. Beal going the other way now. Still going. And he's down inside the 20-yard line, very close to a first down. And it's going to be just short. 4th down. Of course, they'll go for it at 36 seconds. They can't. Game's not quite over. There's 25 on the play clock, 29 on the game clock. So all they got to do is just push the line forward a foot, and the game is over. So Charles Smith and the Blue Devils are 2-1.
Yeah, they'll probably run this out, take the penalty, take the timeout here, run their last play here with 5 seconds.
And the fans, a lot of them have stuck around for this whole game, and why not? It's been a good game and
It's
good crowd.
The first half was a choppy kind of both teams playing on pure emotion with no real rhythm in the game. Second half's been a completely different type of ball game. Get the snap here if they can get the first down, or they may even just have Beal run around for 5 seconds.
Yeah, right.
Right?
Just run the other way.
Run it the other way and run out of bounds.
Nobody's going to catch him. Yeah, it's a moot point. He gets the first down. That's your ball game. Final score 33-28.
Stop the clock with 1 second.
Who's running the clock over there?
I need to talk to somebody.
This game's over. They got the first down. So that is going to do it. Our final score tonight's 33-28. Springfield wins it. Charles Smith gets the victory. He's now 2-1 with the Blue Devils. Start falls to 0-3.
Wait a minute. They short of the first down. Nope.
No, they gave
You got one official first down on this end. The other one said no. You see, they got the change set up and starts offenses on the field. So some confusion here, but they're going to run the clock any way you look at it.
Final score of 33-28. Springfield wins it. They go to 2-1 for our whole crew here at Springfield High School. And for Scott Tucker, I'm Jason Griffith. Have a good night, everybody.